this is such an old idea. This isn't a new idea, Medicare for all. Here's John F. Kennedy talking about it, 60 years ago?
The fact of the matter is that what we are now talking about doing, most of the countries of Europe did years ago.
Oh, no.
The British did it 30 years ago.
What happened to Kennedy again?
Where is he now?
So there he is talking about doing it, and he said most of the country, England did it 30 years ago. And so here we are at the California Democratic Convention. So this is John Delaney. He looks like he should play the neighbor in a sitcom. So he said this. He tried to talk about this is at the California Democratic Convention, which was in San Francisco last weekend. And here's what he said.
But we need, as Democrats, to build an economy that works. But it's got to be with smart policies. Medicare for all may sound good, but it's actually not good policy, nor is it good politics. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. 100.
Oh, wait a minute.
We should have universal health care.
What was that hand rubbing? That was creepy as fuck.
We should have universal health care. We should have universal health care. We should have universal health care, but it shouldn't be a kind of...
And I'm going to keep saying this so you stop booing eventually. We should have it. How many times? Please stop booing. I'm saying the thing that you want me to say. I'm saying, I think he's gonna try to win the crowd back by saying we should replace every Planned Parenthood with a gun store.
I had no idea where the principal from Saved by the Bell went, but I guess he was right here. Motherfucker.
Here that kicks 150 million Americans off their health care. That's not smart policy.
So he just did another right-wing talking point. He goes, we can't have a system that kicks 150 million Americans off their health care. Of course it does. It gives them better health care, you dumb dick. You're a right-winger. Why don't you just go fucking run in the Republican primary like you're supposed to? And then he couldn't take it. He started tweeting stuff out. He goes, intolerance to alternative points of view is not what the Democratic Party should be about. Don't we get enough of that from Trump?
Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking mouth, you bald-headed country club motherfucker.
I'm sorry, someone jumped on my mic. I don't know what happened.
Ron Placone says, you're comparing people who want everyone to have health care to Donald Trump? Your talking points are tired as your ideas. Take a hint from this weekend and go away.
Ron Placone, everybody.
Ron Placone.
I like what Secular Talk says. He goes, 70% of the country wants Medicare. 80% of your party wants it. Every other developed nation has it. They cover everybody for less and have better health comes. And you're mistaking educated people booing you because you're factually wrong for intolerance. Go away. You want to see what a right-winger, so here's John Hickenlooper. He also got booed. Here's John Hickenlooper. After the Aurora shooting, they asked him if he wanted to ban guns, and here's what he said.
But I look at this as, this wasn't a Colorado problem, this is a human problem, right? And how we can have such a warped individual and no one around them be aware. I worry that if we got rid of all the guns, and certainly we have so many guns in this country, and we do have a lot more gun violence than many other countries, but even if he didn't have access to guns, this guy was diabolical, right? He would have found explosives, he would have found something else, some sort of poisonous gas. He would have done something to create this horror.
Poisonous gas.
Yeah, so what he's saying is if he didn't have guns, he would have went into a bomb store. Or a poison gas store. You know those stores? Because you can't outlaw shit, because that's why we don't outlaw bombs. Because, oh wait, we did fucking outlaw bombs. You can't have bombs, you can't sell bombs. Isn't that weird? It's not true. So these guys are right-wingers, and they're running as Democrats. Why? Because the Democratic Party shifted 20 years ago to be a Republican Party, and they're only Democrats in name only, and that's why I do the show I do. Here's John Hickenlooper. Here's him at the California. And here, listen to what he says.
If we want to beat Donald Trump and achieve big progressive goals, socialism is not the answer. I was reelected in a purple state in 2014, one of the worst years for Democrats in a quarter century. If we're not careful, we're going to end up helping to re-elect the worst president in American history. We shouldn't try to achieve universal coverage by removing private insurance from over 150 million Americans. We should not try to tackle climate change by guaranteeing every American a government job. Hold on. As the Democratic Party, we have to create a vision for this country. I want to give Americans a reason to look forward to tomorrow.
The only way he could have made this worse, he would have said, "Let me finish in Russian." This guy comes from a state that just legalized mushrooms, and they still fucking hate him. Isn't that something? From the governor from the first state to legalize pot, it's like finding out Tommy Chong is a pharma lobbyist. That's what it feels like. Oh, by the way, here's the Rona McDaniel. She's the GOP chairwoman. She says, in today's Democratic Party, if you attack socialism, you get booed. If you attack government-run healthcare, you get booed. Their party has gotten so far outside the mainstream, and it's going to cost them in 2020. Wow, Rona, you're so out of touch, you are named Rona. And, you want to say something?
And it's also going back 100 years ago, actually, to FDR's policies.
Yeah.
So you're a little bit in the dark there, Rona.
Yes. Here's Jim Kessler of the Third Way Democrats. He says the California Democratic Party is so far to the left that Speaker Pelosi gets booed at their convention. Yep. She's also... People, they don't realize that Nancy Pelosi is to the right of Trump voters. He doesn't realize that. Trump voters are for single payer, Green New Deal, ending the fucking wars. Nancy Pelosi's not for any of that shit. She's actually to the right of Trump voters. That's how messed up our politics are. Anyway, he says they don't respect national Democrats or California Democrats. They represent denizens of bespoke coffee shops. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. So here's how the Fox News talked about this. Watch this.
I'm telling you.
God, that's hey, Frank. It sounds like I was speaking at the.
Wow.
In California, those guys have no chance in this party. They should both become Republicans.
Well,
She's literally just recruiting these people. You won't get booed if you come to our party. You can say these things, everyone will go, yeah, I can string them up, socialism.
Healthcare for everybody. Fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Come join us. Well, and watch what Luntz says. He
well,
said,
the problem now for the Democrats is that the core, their base vote, is so far on the left with these policies. But I want to remind viewers, this is a great exercise for them, because what they don't realize is how much the Democrats have changed, how much their policies have moved to the left, and on every single issue, the activists can't wait to boo the moderates in the party. This is just like the Republicans from 2016. It's just the mirror image on the left.
yeah, and guess what happened in 2016? The Republicans elected an outsider political novice and said, fuck you to their establishment. That's what happened in 2016 to the Republicans. And that's what's going to happen this time for the Democrats.
And we should pay close attention to this guy, especially since he's got a clown suit on with that yellow tie.
Well, what's amazing is that not only are the Democrats out of touch with their base, but so are the Republicans. They're out of touch with their own base, too, because Fox and Friends asked their own viewers what they thought about Medicare for All. They go, Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All bill estimated to cost $32.6 trillion. New study says, would the benefits outweigh the costs? Yes. That's their own viewers. So that's how much of in a bubble even people at Fox, they have no idea their own viewers don't agree with their bullshit statements. So Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, they know that we don't agree with them, but they don't give a fuck, right? But I think Laura Ingraham and that guy Luntz, they actually don't know. They live in that big of a bubble where they think that the people who watch them don't want Medicare for all. They want it. They all want a healthcare system that functions for them, and they're not getting it. Hey, we just added St. Louis and Honolulu to our live tour schedule. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all the tickets for all our live shows. We might be coming to your town. Go check right now at jimmydorecomedy.com. And if you like the show and want to support it, become a premium member. You can become a patron or through PayPal, or go right to jimmydorecomedy.com and become a premium member. That's the best way. We'll see you at a live show.